What if I told you that most people start to weaken not because of age, but because of what is or isn't on their plate? Have you noticed how many elderly people lose muscle strength, energy, and mobility, while others remain active, walking, smiling, and even working at 100 years old or more? That doesn't happen by luck. The difference lies in routine and intention, and most of all, in diet. Among the world's longest living people, Buddhist monks carry ancient wisdom that you're about to discover. In this video, you will learn about 5 simple, natural, and functional foods that have been used for centuries in Eastern temples to strengthen the body, preserve muscles, and maintain vitality even after age 60, 80, or 100. These foods are not ordinary. They were chosen with purpose. They help fight sarcopenia, increase nutrient absorption, and support the body without causing toxicity. Monks who live to be 110 with clarity and strength have one thing in common: they eat with awareness and wisdom. And now you will learn what's behind that. You don't have to live in a temple to age healthily, but if you start applying what will be shown here, you may notice real changes within a few weeks: more energy, more stability, and more drive. These 5 foods are the foundation of active longevity, and the last one, the 5th, is considered the most powerful of all, the one that sustains the body when the others are no longer enough. If you want to live with strength, a clear mind, and freedom of movement, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, and comment below. I choose to age with wisdom and strength. That phrase seals your intention and open to a new phase of your health few people know. But around the age of 50, the body begins a silent process of muscle loss called sarcopenia. It doesn't hurt, doesn't give a warning, doesn't cause immediate alarm, but it is happening each year. You lose lean mass. That means less strength, less stamina, and less stability in your movements. And the most dangerous part, it's so subtle in the beginning that many only realize it when they can no longer do what used to be simple: getting up, carrying bags, climbing stairs, squatting to pick something up. The body slows down and you feel like something is slipping away, but you don't know what. This loss doesn't just affect the body, it affects self-esteem, independence, and identity. After all, who are you when you start to depend on others? When you're afraid of falling, when you get out of bed in pain, or take longer to do things that used to be automatic? This wear and tear is not normal. It has been accepted as part of aging, but it shouldn't be. The truth is that many of these symptoms don't come from age itself, but from the absence of the right foods, the right movements, and intentional care. And that's exactly what Eastern monks have always understood. Buddhist monks live with only the essentials. They don't have access to modern medicine like we do, nor do they spend their days in gyms. And even so, many live past 100 years with upright, firm, active bodies. They climb steps, tend gardens, walk barefoot in silence through the mountains. The difference: they nourish the body with wisdom. They know what it needs before it weakens. And they use specific foods that support the muscles even in advanced old age. This isn't a trendy diet. It's a tradition that has transcended generations. If you feel like you're losing strength, that your stamina has dropped, that your muscles don't respond like they used to, that is a sign. A silent call from your body saying, "Feed me properly or I will keep fading away." But the good news is that this process can be slowed and even reversed with the right foods. And that's why this video was made. To reveal the 5 foods that sustain the muscles of centenarian monks and how you can start using them today. Now that you understand what's at stake, pay attention, because the first food goes far beyond ordinary nutrition. It works deeply in tissues, muscles, and even in your vital energy. It may seem too simple to carry so much power, but in Buddhist wisdom, spinach is more than a vegetable. It is a symbol of silent vitality. Consumed daily by monks in light soups, broths, or simple stews, spinach represents the kind of food that doesn't weigh you down, doesn't inflame, and at the same time deeply nourishes. Rich in iron, magnesium, potassium, vitamin A, vitamin C, and especially vitamin K, it acts directly on the systems that keep the body in motion: muscles, bones, and joints. And when spinach is regularly included in the diet, muscle recovery, endurance, and energy naturally begin to return. What few people know is that vitamin K, abundant in spinach, is essential for maintaining muscle mass and bone health. It helps synthesize proteins that muscles use to grow and regenerate, and also aids in calcium fixation in bones, and when combined with vitamin C and iron, also present in the plant, the effect is amplified. The body absorbs nutrients better, circulation improves, and tissues begin to repair more efficiently. That's why many Buddhist monks, even with extremely light diets, remain physically active into old age. Spinach also has a natural anti-inflammatory action. It reduces tissue inflammation, especially in muscles undergoing wear, which happens often from age 50 onwards. While many try to fight sarcopenia with isolated supplements and processed products, monks continue to trust nature and the simplicity of what has worked for centuries. They consume spinach with the reverence of a living medicine, not just for what it delivers, but for the gentleness with which it delivers. And that is one of the greatest secrets of spiritual longevity, to nourish without harming. Another powerful point is digestibility. As the years go by, the body loses part of its ability to digest denser foods, and this is where spinach shines. It is easily digested, quickly absorbed, and does not burden the digestive system, which means more energy left over for what really matters, keeping the body upright, firm, and strong. That's why older monks use it as the base of many meals. It sustains without weighing down, regenerates without demanding too much. A food with this profile is gold for anyone who wants to age with strength and lightness at the same time. If you feel you need a reliable, simple, and accessible starting point, spinach is your best first choice, but remember, it's only the beginning. There are still 4 more foods ahead, each working on different levels of the body and vitality, and the 5th, the last one, is the most powerful of all, the one that helps the body stay active even after 90. Among the most respected foods by Buddhist monks, few carry as much concentrated strength as sesame, small, discreet, almost invisible on the plate, but absolutely essential for those who want to strengthen the body without causing toxicity. It is considered one of the most complete foods to support muscles, joints, and bones, especially after age 50, when the body begins to lose not only muscle mass, but also elasticity and resilience. And this is exactly where sesame comes in as a true silent repairer, extremely rich in calcium, iron, phosphorus, magnesium, and zinc. Sesame is a natural mineralizer, and what does that mean? That it feeds the structural base of the body, strengthening bones, ligaments, and the central nervous system. But the most surprising part is its high concentration of proteins and healthy fats, especially black sesame, which is most used in Buddhist traditions. These fats help in the production of essential hormones for muscle preservation, and also improve the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. The body needs to stay strong and regenerated. Monks who frequently consume sesame report more energy upon waking, fewer joint pains, and greater endurance in long walks and intense physical activities. It can be consumed raw, lightly toasted as a paste, tahini, or mixed into rice, soups, and cooked vegetables, and always with a repeated principle: less is more when done with presence. 1 small spoonful a day used well can nourish the body with more strength than an entire meal eaten on autopilot. Another important point is sesame is a source of lignans and natural antioxidants which combat oxidative stress, one of the main causes of premature aging and muscle loss. By adding this seed to your routine, you strengthen the body from the inside out. Monks call this base energy that silent yet firm strength that sustains the body for decades, and it's no wonder that so many of them continue walking with vigor even at 90 or 100 years old. What goes on the plate builds what remains. If you feel you're losing strength, that your structure is weakening, or that your body no longer responds as it used to, sesame may be the subtle but powerful reinforcement you were missing. And the journey continues. The next food is even more direct. It activates both physical and spiritual energy at the same time. In Buddhist tradition, the body is seen as a temple, and a temple needs warm circulation and presence. That's why ginger, this simple and aromatic root, is present in almost every kitchen of Eastern monasteries, not just for its flavor, but for what it awakens in the body. Ginger is known as the root that awakens the vital system, activates circulation, and boosts the energy of muscles and joints. And when we talk about aging with health, it becomes a true invisible ally against weakness, stagnation, and the body's slowing down. After 50, it's common for the metabolism to slow down, digestion becomes slower, blood circulates with less, and muscle recovery takes longer. And this is exactly where ginger comes in masterfully. It warms, cleanses, and moves. Its thermogenic effect naturally speeds up the metabolism, helping the body burn toxins, reduce inflammation in tissues, and activate energy centers. It's as if it tells the body, wake up. We still have a journey to walk, and that message gives tired muscles and stiff joints new life. Beyond its activating power, ginger also improves nutrient absorption, which is crucial for those who want to preserve muscle mass and maturity. There's no point in well if the body doesn't absorb, and ginger acts as a digestive facilitator, allowing vitamins, minerals, and proteins to be better used. Older monks, even with extremely light diets, keep their bodies strong precisely because of this detail. Their bodies absorb more because they are clean, awake, and activated. Ginger can be used in infusions, broths, cooked vegetables, soups, and even mixed with rice. In Eastern tradition, it's common to consume it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach in small doses to light the inner fire. As the masters say, this fire for Buddhists represents vital energy, the force that drives not only muscles but also thoughts, emotions, and discipline. And it's this force that keeps the body from giving into time. If you feel your energy is low, your circulation is sluggish, or your body responds slowly to your intentions, ginger may be the missing boost. But this journey is not over yet. The next food is one of the most used in spiritual retreats, and it carries the energy of reconstruction. In the diet of Buddhist monks, everything has a reason. Nothing is chosen just for flavor, Everything serves a spiritual and physical function, and among the most symbolic and powerful fruits for those who want to preserve strength and maturity, the plum holds a special place. In Eastern tradition, it is seen as a food of deep purification and renewal of vital energy, and when we talk about healthy aging, firm muscles, and body recovery, the plum acts as a true agent of reconstruction. Rich in vitamins A, C, K, and B complex, the plum nourishes muscle tissues, protects bones, and improves circulation. But its real standout feature is its high concentration of antioxidants and fiber, which cleans, reduce inflammation, and restore. By fighting free radicals and aiding digestion, it reduces the buildup of toxins in the body, which are directly linked to loss of energy and difficulty in regenerating muscles. It's as if the plum creates internal space for the body to rebuild itself and does it gently, sweetly, and efficiently. Another lesser-known point is its positive effect on the intestines. Older monks consume dried or fresh plums precisely because they know that a healthy gut is the foundation for muscle absorption. When the intestines are blocked or toxic, the body doesn't use nutrients properly and muscles begin to deteriorate even with good nutrition. The plum, by regulating the intestines, promotes a cycle of full absorption and constant regeneration. It doesn't just feed the body, it prepares it to receive what really matters. In spiritual culture, the plum is also a symbol of resilience and transformation. It grows in challenging climates, ripens slowly, and remains firm even under intense cold or heat. Traits that for Buddhists represent the kind of strength we need to cultivate as we age. That's why this fruit is offered in retreats, ceremonies, and moments of spiritual transition. It sustains the body while the spirit strengthens, and this union is the real secret of conscious longevity. If you feel you are intoxicated with low energy, slow digestion, or your body needs lightness with nourishment, the plum may be the fruit that cleanses from within and strengthens from without, and what comes next is even more special. The fifth food is the most powerful of all. It is what sustains monks who live to 110 years old and keeps their bodies upright even when age no longer matters. Among all the foods consumed by the most long-lived Buddhist monks, there is one that not only nourishes, it teaches the body to resist: lotus seeds. Discreet, little known in the West, but treated as true living relics in the East. Inside each lotus flower, which is born in the mud but blooms with purity, there is a seed that concentrates the essence of silent strength, spiritual longevity, and physical regeneration. These seeds are extremely resilient. There are archaeological records of lotus seeds that germinate even after being buried for 1,000 years, and this ability to remain alive through centuries says a lot about what they offer to those who consume them. The nutritional value of lotus seeds is impressive. Every 100 grams offers about 24 grams of high-quality plant protein, making them one of the most complete natural sources for those looking to rebuild muscles, support body tone, and keep the metabolism active even with advancing age. In addition, they are rich in minerals like phosphorus, magnesium, iron, and potassium, as well as antioxidant compounds that reduce cellular wear and chronic inflammation, two of the biggest villains of muscle health after age 60. But what is most surprising is their digestive lightness. Unlike many protein sources, they don't overload the body, don't cause bloating or retention, and even regulate the intestines, which directly improves the absorption of other nutrients. Buddhist monks consume lotus seeds, especially during long periods of fasting or deep silence. They are seen as a food that sustains the body without clouding the mind. In many temples, they are prepared in light soups or comforting teas used to regenerate the body and keep the spirit awake and centered. There's a reason for that. Lotus seeds contain compounds that balance blood glucose levels, protect the brain, and enhance the feeling of vital energy with emotional stability. In other words, they strengthen without overstimulating, they nourish without intoxicating, they offer presence. Symbolically, the lotus is the plant overcoming. It's born in the mud, grows in darkness, and blooms above the surface with purity and strength, and its seeds carry that same energetic code. They help the body stay strong even in hard times, to regenerate even when everything around seems in decline. That's why many monks call it the food of the resilient spirit, the one that teaches not only how to resist, but how to bloom despite time, pain, or age. That's why so many masters, even at 90, 100, or even 110 years old, continue with clarity of mind, strength of body, and lightness of soul. They didn't just eat with balance, they nourished with wisdom. If you feel that time is taking a toll on your body, that your energy is not what it used to be, and that your muscles need something deeper than protein powder or medication, lotus seeds may be the silent answer you've been waiting for, because when food carries purpose, it stops being routine and becomes a path, and that path may be what keeps you upright, strong, and lucid even when age says otherwise. There's no point in knowing the 5 most powerful foods used by centenarian monks if you remain stuck in a lifestyle that holds your body back and sabotages your energy. You could eat lotus seeds, ginger, and spinach every day, but if you spend most of your time sitting, don't move, eat processed foods, excess sugar, toxic drinks, or live in emotional imbalance, your body will continue to weaken because what goes on your plate must be supported by what you do with it. Monks don't only on powerful foods, they live in rhythm with their bodies. They walk every day, breathe with awareness, meditate, sleep well, and above all, don't poison what they nourish. You may be consuming everything you need and still absorbing almost nothing, because the human body isn't just a machine that receives nutrients. It's an energetic field that reacts to how you live, and if that field is overloaded by inactivity, pent-up anger, or poor nutrition, no superfood will work miracles. It's time to be honest with yourself. How often do you try to eat better, but on the same day given to excess anxiety and lack of movement? How many times do you say you're too tired to go for a walk, but spend hours on your phone or in front of the TV? Time is passing. The body is warning you, and every small choice you repeat daily is either building or destroying the body that will carry you through the coming years. Are you feeding healing or feeding weakness? Buddhist wisdom does not separate what we eat from how we live. The masters say that the most powerful food is the one you consume with awareness, with lightness, and with discipline. If you want to age with strength, clarity, and freedom of movement, it's not enough to eat like a monk. You must begin to live like one. And that begins with what you do now, not tomorrow. If you understand that, then you're ready for how to turn these foods into a routine that really works, simple, practical, and possible, even if you're starting today. Knowing the right foods is a good start, but what really makes the difference is consistent, practical, and ongoing use. These 5 foods are accessible, easy to prepare, and can be incorporated into any type of routine, even if you have little time, little skill in the kitchen, or live with other people. The rule here is simple. You don't need to change everything at once, you just need to start, and the more natural the process, the easier it will be to maintain. Let's take it one step at a time. Starting with spinach, the best way to use it is steamed or quickly sauteed to preserve its nutrients. You can add it to soups, mix it into scrambled eggs, use it as a base for warm salads, or include it with rice. 1 cup a day already makes a difference, and if you prefer it raw, you can blend it with fruits in your morning green juice. Sesame seeds, on the other hand, can be easily incorporated, sprinkled over rice, mixed into beans or salad, or even at breakfast with fruits or yogurt. If you can alternate between white and black sesame seeds, 1 tablespoon per day is sufficient. Ginger is extremely versatile. You can slice it and use it in teas, grate it over cooked vegetables, mix it into rice, or even add it to soups. A small amount is enough to activate your metabolism. Avoid overdoing it. Ginger is powerful and works best in small, frequent doses. Prunes, meanwhile, can be consumed in 2 ways: fresh when in season or dried. Just 2 dried prunes per day, especially at breakfast or in the evening, help with digestion and nutrient absorption from other foods. If you want to include them in recipes, they go well in porridges, oatmeal, or combined with fruits like apples or bananas. Lastly, lotus seed, perhaps less common but still available in natural food stores or Asian markets. You can cook them like beans until they're soft and add them to soups or simple meals. They can also be toasted and ground into flour for porridges or drinks if you can't find them easily. Consuming them weekly or bi-weekly, but consistently, is still worthwhile. Their strength comes from accumulation. Small and frequent is better than a large amount. Occasionally, the key lies in simplicity. There's no need to complicate things or change everything all at once. Start by adding 1 food at a time to your routine. Choose a consistent time. Prepare it thoughtfully, and notice how your body responds. These foods don't work like medicine. They act as a foundation, and a body with a strong foundation has a much greater chance of resisting time. If you made it this far, congratulations. Most people abandon taking care of their bodies when they need it most, but the simple fact that you're here seeking knowledge indicates there's still a desire within you to keep living with quality, autonomy, and strength. Know this decision, however small it may seem now, can be a turning point for the years ahead of you, because when you take care of your foundation, everything around you begins to change. This isn't about miracles. No single food alone can reverse time, but the 5 foods you learned about today have something in common. They build, they don't act aggressively. They don't cause rebound effects, and they don't require formulas or sacrifices. They nourish, strengthen, and regenerate quietly day by day, and if used consistently along habit changes, they truly can protect your muscles, your energy, and your freedom. Getting older isn't the problem is accepting that weakening is inevitable, because it's not. Eating well, moving your body, sleeping right, taking care of your daily routine, all of this is still in your hands. Time passes for everyone, but the impact it leaves on you depends on the choices you make from now on. Even if you started late, just start. Your body still responds. If you want to keep accessing content that genuinely helps, that informs, explains, and respects the stage of your life, subscribe to the channel, hit like, and turn on notifications. Here you'll find what most places don't offer: clarity, truth, and viable paths for living with greater health and autonomy. And share this video with someone you love. Someone who may be losing strength but only needs a little push to start again. Now, leave a comment below. I choose to care for my body consciously and consistently. This sentence seals your decision and could be the first step on a new journey.